Fab Five. Wait, you started it.
I know. We're live. Go.
How'd we do that?
Because I am in charge.
Oh. What's up, guys? 201. I thought I had to start it. Apparently, Jason has admin control, and I didn't even know it. But that's good. That means if he wants to do the picture swap, good. If not, good. We won't do that either. We are your hosts, Chris Green from Scan Power, Jason T. Smith from Thrifting with the Boys, and Thrift Hunter. We got to mute the YouTube version of this. You guys, if you're watching on YouTube, hit up the chat and ask us questions. Let us know what we can do to help you and your business, whether you sell on Amazon or eBay, or you source retail or wholesale. We don't really care what you buy. We don't really care what you sell. We don't care where you get it. We don't care where you sell it. But if you're listening to the show, you're probably buying and selling something. So if there's anything we can do to help you do that better, don't hesitate to ask. Jay, what's up, man?
What's happening, brother?
How you feeling, man? I know you had a rough day yesterday.
Yeah, I feel like shit because I think part of it was my flight home. And where's my? There we go. My flight home was an extra 2 hours and 40 minutes that I wasn't planning on. And my back was feeling a little rough going in. I had a herniated disc when we were filming season 2 of Thrift Hunters, and so as we were getting to about an hour or 40 minutes outside of Vegas, they're like, "Oh, there's no room for us to land in Vegas because it was windy earlier, so everything's all backed up." So we took a right turn and went to Salt Lake City and got some gas and sat there for a while. And then got to Vegas. When we got to Vegas, there was somebody still stuck at our gate, so we sat in the construction area of the Vegas airport. So by the time I got off the plane, I had sat in that plane for an extra 2 hours and 40 minutes. So all was fine, so to speak, when I got home. And yesterday when I took a shower in the morning, I bent over to pick up my little squeegee to squeegee the extra water off, and I threw my back out, and I couldn't stand up.
But you can still sit.
I can sit, and I laid on the couch most of yesterday, and I took some pain meds, and then the pain meds made me nauseous. So, yeah, I'm way behind in life after being gone for a week because not being able to stand up straight and being nauseous from pain meds does not make for a fun day.
But you can sit. You're in a good mood, so we're still doing the show. We didn't want to cancel 2 days or 2 weeks in a row because last week we did cancel. So sorry, guys. But it was a travel day for me. Jason was already in sunny Florida. Because we did, I don't know if you want to talk about the second ever Scan Power mini conference. They've been kind of different. This was a mini conference in the sense that it was small, limited to 60 people. It was put together by Scan Power, although it wasn't really a sponsored type of event. It was more of a mastermind networking workshop conference type of event. But I told people the first day, I said, this conference will ruin every other conference for you. And some people were like, yeah. I mean, some people knew. Some people knew the scoop. Then Mark Bowles, who came in, he was local. He didn't believe me. But afterwards, at the end, he came up and said, you said it was going to ruin every conference, and I know exactly what you mean. Because this is a very different type of conference. We bring the best part of the conference to the conference and do all of that. We live in YouTube land. We live in Udemy, Skillshare, Coursera, Facebook groups. There are ways to get the information that you need, the presentations that you want to see. SlideShare is another good one. But you can't get the network. You can't get the face-to-face. You can't share a beer with someone over Twitter. But there were a lot of beers being shared.
You can share a beer over Twitter. It just won't be as exciting.
No, it's not fun. The same. Right. So
yeah,
it was wild.
I know what you mean because you know the conference was smaller. It was a lot of one-on-one time with the speakers, and you know we all had a group dinner together and drinks that you had set up. And there was a piano there, and we gambled for a little bit, so to speak. We played a little bit of dice. And then there was some seriously awful karaoke going on. But then we actually had somebody who could play the piano, play and sing. And so it was just one of those fun nights, and a bunch of us swam in the pool together. And that night, holy cow, I went upstairs to talk to my wife and fell asleep, not knowing the pool party was going to continue until like 3 a.m. I saw your pictures, and I was like, oh, for once, which is very rare, I was not the last one up, nor the reason for the party. I accidentally left and fell asleep. So, but then we finished it out at the Tiki Bar on the last night at Disney World, and up until the end, we had a good time. The end was a little rough.
Yeah, but the party went on after that. And normally, I can be the last one up, and you know what? We really should do one on the West Coast, because then you can be the last one up and the first one up, so you don't miss anything, right? But East Coast, if you stay up till 3, 4 in the morning, and then everything starts at 9, it can be a little rough. So, but it was good. This was an invitation only. So, guys, if you want information about the next conferences that we do, we're going to put up a page, scampower.com/conference, to get interest if you guys want to go, because it is invitation only. There's definitely a different vibe when there are 60 people there compared to when there are 600 people there. It's just not the same. I love to talk to people all night, and I can talk to 60 people. I can't talk to 600. The numbers just don't work. But it's invitation only, because these conferences are not designed to make money. None of the speakers were paid to either be there or for their travel or their expense. Everybody came in.
Wait, what? I thought I was sending you a bill. What?
You can send a bill, sure.
Yeah.
A bunch of bills.
Based on that, I don't think I'm going to get paid now. Crap.
But
very true.
But it's invitation only. It's not just open to anybody that wants to come, because we want to make sure that the people that do get to go are people who can help, can get help, are going to act on the advice and the help given, and yeah, it's really going to. I believe it will turn into a long-term mastermind type of group networking conference, where once you go, you can come again and you can invite somebody. That's going to be the only way to get in. It's not a just open anybody with money. It's not about money. It's about getting the right people together to make some awesome things happen. And I think we nailed it with Providence. We nailed it in Orlando. And by the time we do the third one, we're going to have absolutely perfected that formula to maximizing value at a conference. So look for updates on that, you guys.
Now I'm gonna say, pay attention. If you're watching us right now or watching us on the replay, and you're listening and you're like Sabrina said, I'd love one on the West Coast. Pay attention when we put the information out there. So while I was in Florida, I threw 2 thrifting classes, Orlando and Tampa. And I was not shy about advertising that I was throwing 2 classes in my group, and they did fill up rather quick. And I had 2 friends who are in Thrifting with the Boys and have become friends kind of somewhat outside of that, say to me, why don't you tell me you're going to be in Tampa? I said, besides a big post that said I was throwing a class, and then others who have seen the pictures we posted. Now, granted, the class is filled up, sold out, so I couldn't have had any more. But people are like, oh, I wish I would have known. You got to pay attention. If you're in a group for a reason, if you're in Thrifting with the Boys, if you're in Scam Power or any of our other side groups, pay attention to the posts, especially when Chris or I are posting. And when I do classes in that city, I start the post with a giant picture of the word of the city, like welcome to Tampa or greetings from Orlando. So it's pretty, I do that for myself, so it's easy to see what post is, who's talking about it, but for others too. So if we're coming to your neck of the woods, like I got a thrifting class coming up in Cleveland, don't message me after I've left and go, why didn't you tell me? Chris and I both have thousands of friends on Facebook, and we can't individually message everyone, but we do put it out there when we're doing something. So if Chris is speaking or I'm speaking or we're traveling for an event, we let everybody know. We don't keep it hidden, because besides the fact of the work part of it, we also have fun. We had fun drinking at the Tiki Bar at Disney World. So people from the conference came, other friends who lived in the area showed up, friends who were passing through on vacation showed up. So, when we do the social part of it, or especially me, because I'm very social, I like to get together with friends who, great, you didn't come to the event, that's cool, but hey, we're gonna go drink at the Tiki Bar, hang out with us, because once again, we're gonna talk, we're going to network. It's not gonna be just fun shenanigans. I think we solidified some friendships at the Tiki Bar that night in Orlando.
Well, here's the scoop, because I get it, everybody. It is hard. There's a lot of noise out there. If you're in any of our, I had to laugh at Brandon. I'll tell everybody what he said. It's like, Jason, man, your group is so crazy with so many posts that stuff goes down so fast. Like it is difficult to keep up with everything. And once you get behind, then I know what it feels like. You're like, it's hard for me to get caught up. But you need to stalk the people that you want to get information from. And there are ways to do it. And you say stalk like it's a bad word. There are stalks. I mean, if you want to, you can say I stalk Gary Vee, right? Like I don't I got like, I don't know how many people I follow on Twitter, but I don't actually follow them, right? But if Gary Vee says something, I want to know about it. So how can you do that? Well, Twitter has a mobile notifications thing set up where you can get texts every single time someone tweets. They'll send those tweets to your text messaging, which everybody pays attention to text messaging, right? Not everybody pays attention to every group post in some of the groups. But if someone sends you a text, in 2015, people pay attention to it. So you can get the tweets from people you want to follow. So follow, I think what you do is you type in follow space Thrift Hunters to 40404, and you're going to get all of Thrift Hunters tweets sent to you by text message. So you can keep up with stuff like this. So you guys have got to, I'm not trying to be the big mean guy here, but you guys do have to take some responsibility for following and getting information from the people you want to get it from, because I get it. It is difficult. There is a lot of noise. If Gary Vee sends out an email through his marketing system, I want to know about that, but I get so much crap in my email, it can be easy for me to miss. But it's my responsibility. I'm not going to email Gary and be like, hey, Gary, can you send me a personal email? Because, my Google filters, it's hard for me. No, I take responsibility for getting the information I want to get. And I'll add one more thing. Big mean Chris Green is gonna be a little mean, all right? But if you hear about us doing these awesome events and how beneficial they are and how incredible and how much someone's business is impacted, and they're on the East Coast, and you're like, well, could you come to Chicago? No, we can't. Where the events are is where the events are. Spend some money, get on a plane, and get there. Because if you wait and say, I live in Houston, and I'm not going to go to an event until someone comes to Houston so that I can save $180 on my Southwest flight, you will miss 5 years' worth of value so that you save $180 on a plane ticket. It's not worth it. If you're serious, get to the events. And don't message me saying, when are you coming to Canada? All right? Someone messaged me wondering when I'm going to take an international flight and go through customs just so that I can come bring value to them personally in another country. No, you get the passport. You come to the event in Boston, in Orlando, in Vegas, in L.A. I don't care where the events are. Get there. There are more events. Minneapolis this week. Ecom Chicago's coming up. What else is coming? ASD is going to be in Vegas. There are tons of events to meet other sellers. So please don't sit back and be like, well, if some event would come to Boise, Idaho, then maybe I'd go. No, get to the events. There are enough of them out there, and the benefit is just there. And take it as a litmus test. If you're not willing to spend a few $100s to go to an event, maybe this isn't really the right business for you. Am I being too mean, Jay?
No, because I'm going to add to that.
Good.
Look, my group is free. My shows are free. I do this one with Chris. I do one with Nadine, all about thrifting. And I pretty much readily help anyone for free. So when I throw up a class, don't be shocked when you want, oh, it costs money? No, I got to make money at some point in my life. So when I have a class or I do a coaching session or I write a book, I don't expect you to steal. I expect you to buy it. I have given out a lot of free information. So don't be surprised when a class costs money. It costs me money to get there. And, I don't charge a lot for my classes. Chris yells me I undercharge for my classes, and I agree to a point, but I also like to make sure it's available to everyone who wants it. So, yes, but travel. Like Chris said, I get close. I can't get everywhere. I would love to. I am so excited that people want to hang out with me, to pay me money to teach them, and I want to help everyone, but I can't be everywhere. So I'm going to Cleveland in August. I'm going to Chicago with Chris in October. And I will be, I think I just found out I'm going to be in New England. I will see you again, Chris, in September. I just found out details to follow. I will be in your neck of the woods if you're in New England. But what I want to do is, for the people who've been my loyal fans, friends, and followers in Thrifting with the Boys, any event that I have, I put there first. I could put it on Thrift Hunters' Twitter or fan page and put it out to anyone who has ever watched my show or followed me, but I always feel like I am loyal to the people in my group. So I always give it to them first. And then when spaces don't fill up, I put it out to the world. And when I do that, then I see people in my group going, oh, I would have went. So you do have to pay attention a little bit. I try and keep posts when we're doing events at the top by bumping it, by talking about it. Like I said, I make these big posts with the word Tampa or the word Cleveland's coming up. So please pay attention, because I want to make sure that the people who have been there for me, I give first dibs to you guys. And it seems kind of weird I'm saying I'll give you first dibs to give me money, but trust me, when you come to any event that Chris or I do or are part of, you're going to end up in the long run earning so much more than you've ever spent. If you listen and learn, it's amazing. You know, I go to these events where there's mainly Amazon, arbitrage, wholesalers, FBAers, and that a lot of that to me is want. But I've made these relationships with these great sellers that down the road I'm going to need to call on them one day, and because I have their relationship, I'm golden. It's all about the relationships, and Chris has said that over and over, and I'm going to say that too. And here you go, haters, if you want to take a screenshot of me and the banana. I was feeling a little wicky from my pain meds, so I needed something. But hey, if you want to screenshot that, have at it. Have fun with that.
Our good old haters. How many? I think we got a few thumbs down before the show even started. Let me refresh. Let's see. Oh, three people. Three people who are watching the show are don't like it. So they're doing something they don't like. Those three people should take it and share with all their friends and ask their friends to not like it as well, because I'm pretty sure that a company like Google, who owns YouTube, is not smart enough to figure out that when the same people give a video thumbs down without watching it over and over and over again, that those votes are not going to be calculated in any type of popularity algorithm. However, by watching it, I'm sure that Chrome and Firefox are going to keep recommending that you visit this YouTube channel. Keep it in your history. Keep it in your bookmarks. As long as we're in your computer somewhere, we are happy. And so please keep following us around. But we need more haters. So anybody that you know that does not like us, please send them a link to our show. It is much needed. So
I just never, I never understand. You and I have people we don't like, people that have harmed us, people we just never like for whatever their reason. They give bad content or bad value. But I don't ever spend any moment of my day following them around the internet, seeing what they're doing, and being like, oop, thumbs down, oop, negative review. No. I've got a business to run. I've got a wife to hang out with. I got dogs to play with. I've got friends I want to see. I've got a whole group of people I want to help. I never waste any minute. But you know what? You follow us around. You talk about us. It was amazing the other day when my haters were going nuts in a group, and I got added to the group, and I kept liking all the posts where they were like, he's a douchebag, like. And then one person wrote, oh, my God, he's in here.
There are no secrets on the internet, guys.
No, none. All right, let's talk about the conference a little bit more, because it was an amazing conference. As all conferences, do something. They motivate you. They actually hand something to you and put you down the path. But what I like about our conferences, besides the fact that they're a little on the smaller side, is the camaraderie you come out with. And I was a little shocked. So I got up in front of this crowd of big sellers, people who sell in the millions. And I told them right off, like, I am the small fish in this pond. I am probably the most famous person in that room in terms of visibility. I used to have a TV show where millions of people watch me. But in terms of sales, and Chris said it, I'm in my lane, and I'm doing what I want to do. I said, but I'm not going to tell you how to sell more. If you're selling $10 million a year, I'm not going to teach you anything about how to sell. But I want to motivate, and that's kind of what I wanted to start doing a couple of years ago. I started to do that. I've had some shit luck dealt to me a couple of times in my life, and I kind of turned it around. And I got done with my speech, and it was only like 25, 30 minutes, and I thought I'd just sit down soon. And the questions never stopped. So even though I'm rolling with these big arbitrage sellers, people want to know certain things, and I'm always happy to help. And that's what I liked. I like to see the melding of all the worlds come together. So big and small, eBay and Amazon, they can all sit down and talk and learn from each other. It's not always it's not always if you buy this you'll sell for this much. It's just kind of how to run life, how to live your life, you know. And I was talking to a friend of ours, and I won't name her name, but I said maybe one day you're gonna wake up and go, geez, I wish I would have partied with Jason a little bit more, because she was telling me how busy she always is, and she goes, well, I might never say that, but I probably will say I wish I spent more time with my kids. And I said, well, and she said, you're right. And so I know this week she's spending more time with her kids. So, you know, I hope at some point when I talk to people, they say something like, shit, Jay was right. I got to do this. Because I realized at a point in my life that my life sucked. Not it wasn't my home life. It was my work life, but then it bled into my home life. So I had to figure out how to fix it, and I did, and I'm happy. Every day I wake up, I'm a very happy man. I'm happy that I do this show with you. I'm happy that somebody's watching. I'm happy that I help people. I'm happy that I'm breathing and living. And so I want to impart that on everybody else. All right, I'll get off my soapbox now.
No, it's a good soapbox to be on, because it is. Value is subjective, right? Like I was yelling at someone yesterday. I don't know if it was Dwayne or somebody. Value is subjective, and a lot of people say, "Well, I don't have anything to offer. I don't have anything. What are they going to learn from me?" Well, they might learn something you never thought of. Like, don't assume everybody knows everything that you know. I guarantee you know a lot of. Everybody's listening knows a ton of things that other people don't know. And once they learn that, they're like, "Oh, I never knew I could do that. Sweet, I'm going to tie that together." And you know, the internet and the world is changing so fast. There are things that weren't possible a few years ago. And if you don't network and talk with everybody else, you're going to be stuck trying to do the same thing next year and the year after. Could you imagine running your eBay business the exact same way as 5 years ago? Right?
No.
No iPad. No iPad apps. No iPad listing. You're sitting there doing, well, this is what's always worked for me, and I'm not going to go to a conference where I'm going to learn about the new eBay iPad app that's going to save me 80 minutes of listing time every day, 5 days a week, 4 weeks a month. For what? Right? Because, oh, I'm doing fine. You know, there's nothing, you know, everybody should be learning and trying new things. Everybody should be trying something new every single day and seeing if it works. I'm trying Udemy right now. I'm in love with Udemy. If you guys want to make some money, am I wearing a Spreecast shirt on Google Hangouts? I just like my favorite shirts. I wear it all the time.
I didn't realize that till you said it.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm not doing it on purpose. But try new things. Yeah, it's crazy what can be done. But I think we said this at the conference. If only like 1 out of 10 things you try is going to work, then you better try a ton of things. Don't try no things or try one thing and fail and quit. I mean, there's no repercussions to failing. And I did say this at the conference, and someone came up to me later and said, yeah, totally, I know what you mean. But if you try new things and you're not getting support from the people around you on Facebook, the people you hang out with on the internet, get new friends. Stop hanging out with these people. Find people that are going to support what you're doing, whether you succeed or fail. At least let them give you feedback or ways to improve. Because I stole this from Gary Vee. You are stuck with your family. You are stuck with your neighbors. You are not stuck with the people you hang out with on the internet. So if you don't like them, change them. If they're not trustworthy, get rid of them. If they're not supportive, ditch them. There are way too many people. And if you have trouble with this, let me or Jason know. We'll try to point you in the right direction so that you can find some people who are going to help you get to where you need or you want to go, and stop being stuck in this nowhere land of negativity where I can't say that because someone in my group. It's unbelievable. There are groups out there where if you don't fall in line and hate on me, you're kicked out of the group. What a pathetic piece of, that is the most unbelievable type of group membership qualification I've ever heard. Is you have to be mean to someone else in order to be with us. I mean, it's unfortunate those types of people exist, but it is at least good that there are places on the internet where they can all go hang out with each other and get out of my face. Because it's such a sad way to live. Anyway, we're getting way off track.
Note to self, change Thrift with the Boys bylaws. Get rid of the hate on Chris bylaw.
I'm waiting for the next. I mean, there will be a next Chris Green, right? Like, I'm not even that interesting or polarizing or important to the world of online selling. So when the next Chris Green comes along, they can transfer all of that negative energy and emotion and feelings towards them, and I will then be able to move on. It almost transferred to Jay, It almost transferred to Sam, but it keeps coming back. Mostly because I think it just doesn't bother me, and that bothers them that they're not able to get me. But whatever, as long as they're talking about me, I am happy, because then people will search, they will join my groups, they will find out that I'm really not the super bad guy they make me out to be, and I gain more of a following. So that, I'll leave you with one more piece of advice, anybody listening. This is true advice to anybody that has a conflict out there with anybody. If you want to hurt somebody on the internet, the best thing you can do is ignore them, pretend they don't exist, don't acknowledge their presence or existence at all. That's it. That is honest advice. Pretend they don't exist. And you don't like the show? Pretend the show doesn't exist. Don't like it. Don't comment on it. Don't, like, nothing. Pretend it doesn't exist. Because anything else you do will turn into positive for us because our content is good. And as Stone Cold would say, and that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, the day I was being hated in that group, and they added me to the group, and I was driving people nuts. I got more new members of 13 with the Boys that day than I have had in a long time. And one, because everybody was like, they're like, I got to go see this group where this guy is such an asshole, supposedly. And I guarantee you, most of those people are probably still there because it ain't really like that. The only people I'm mean to or jerk to are people who are being assholes. That's it.
Yep.
Just don't do it.
If I'm mean to you, but you deserve it. Without a doubt. If I am mean, you write that down. Make a shirt out of that, because there's a lot of people that should be mean to, but I'm not. If I'm finally mean to you and you're listening to this, I'll tell you why. It's because you deserve it. And
so I see you got microphones there. Are you singing to us today?
Dude, I am so psyched to get my my speaker back. And
do what? Just yell your kids around the house? Dad says come downstairs.
Karaoke, the poolside tunes. It's going to be the jam. So I don't know when it's going to arrive. Maybe it'll arrive today. What's today? No, it's the weekend. It's not shipping over the weekend. A few days from now. So, guys, pay attention to the conference schedule. It's posted in Scam Power. It's posted in Thrifting with the Boys. If you have questions, email us or message us directly. We'll tell you when the next one is. And get off your butts. Buy that plane ticket. Get that hotel room. Spend the time. Consider it an investment in your business to network with other people, because fourth quarter is coming up. I've done a lot of coaching calls. I've talked to a lot of sellers that give the same advice, because it's good advice. Networking with other sellers is going to be the biggest advantage that you have this fourth quarter, so you can get more product, be on the hottest products fastest, and make a lot of money. You know, you can only look at so many products yourself. You want to look at more products? Network with other people. It's as simple as that. So if you're not in a group, get in one. Fastest way, network in real life. Do it.
And I'll tell you right now, if you're listening to this, August 13th is my next class. It's in Cleveland, on the west side of Cleveland. If you're hearing this, you can be one of the first to sign up. Only 10 spots. Just hit me up on Facebook. So there you go. If you're listening right now, you got the exclusive. If you happen to be in Cleveland or nearby. Now, let me tell you, the last time I had a class in Cleveland, a father and a daughter, grown daughter, drove down from Michigan. They drove 4 hours to take my class. They learned a ton. They bought so much stuff that they could turn into money. But while we were talking in the denim section, I was explaining about this brand of jeans that didn't last too long in the 90s, but are super popular now. They get good return on eBay to this day. Used 20-year-old jeans you can get for $100. And on their way home to Michigan, they stopped at a thrift store on the west side of Cleveland and sent me a picture and said, "You mean like these?" They just found the jeans I told them about, and there was another $100 in their pocket besides all the stuff they had bought and learned. And they're very appreciative of that, and we've been good buddies ever since. So if you want to go class on the west side of Cleveland, August 13th, first thing in the morning, hit me up on Facebook.
Do it. We have a real question from Mary. Hi guys, I currently sell on eBay, but would like to start on Amazon. What is the best way to start on Amazon? Now, as the Amazon side of this dynamic duo, the first thing that I would tell you is to check to make sure your items are even the right match for Amazon. They are two completely different platforms, different marketplaces, and different items are best suited on different sites. I would say, and Jason, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I would say if you have new barcoded commodity multiples of a product, get that stuff on Amazon. That's where the customers are going to go. They're going to buy. It's going to be an easy transaction. If you have used one-off collectible open box, something you might have to describe and make sure the buyer reads the description, that stuff's probably best suited on eBay.
And I will add to that, yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Certain objects you cannot sell on Amazon without approval or at all. So
Sure.
you got to make sure that.
Pay attention to that.
But I sell almost all my CDs on Amazon, and that's something you can sell. All my CDs for the most part are used, so long as you're grading them properly. And I always say, under promise and over deliver. If it's on the edge between like new and very good, it is definitely very good. And if the customer thought it was like new, they'll be even that much happier. But I'm very much a big proponent of don't put all your eggs in one basket. So you should have Amazon in your mix and eBay. And I'm going to learn the world of Etsy this week. So because some days things aren't working, you move some stuff to the other platform, you can make some more money. Or I'm a ballsy kind of guy. When I have a $200 CD that does not sell real fast but is worth $200, I'll put it on both. And the second it sells on one platform, I got to make sure to yank it off the other. But that's not for everyone, because if you get caught selling them both at the same time on the same platform, you could have a problem. You'll have a problem somewhere. So, Mary, do you, if you're listening still, do you have specific items or a niche or something that you want to sell, or are you just in general wanting to hop in?
Mary's still in the chat room, so we'll give her a minute to catch up on the time delay and answer that question. But yeah, I think we hit the right points. Adding the restricted categories, making sure you're approved. That's a big deal with Amazon because it's not as easy. I mean, eBay is pretty wide open. If you got it, you can list it with very few exceptions. But Amazon's probably going to have more restrictions moving forward. It's 2015 right now. I predict it will be, and my prediction has been wrong so far because a lot of people are applying for gated categories, getting approved just for asking. That really doesn't fall in line what I would expect from Amazon to tighten up their marketplace, having to deal with counterfeits and fakes and all that stuff. So we'll see what time what happens. Books is good on Amazon. Yeah, I mean Amazon's definitely easier to list in my opinion. FBA or merchant fulfilled. I'll answer that one real quick, Mary. It's going to depend on your products and your commitment to the platform. If you just got a few things to sell, you're probably not going to want to mess with opening, figuring out FBA and doing your first FBA shipment. But if you're planning to sell long term, if you got access to a source of product, or that you want to make this into, a part-time gig but still full-time, meaning you're doing it all year long, FBA is just simply the way to go. Because you're going to outsource the fulfillment, you're going to get access to more customers who are only going to buy from sellers who are using FBA. For those who don't know what FBA is, stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. It means Amazon is going to warehouse and pick, pack, and ship your orders. All those items are eligible for Amazon's shipping programs, which is what makes them so much more attractive to Amazon's Prime customers. They get free 2-day air shipping for Prime members instead of slow, post office or UPS ground shipping. So you're not going to get that bump if you're doing merchant fulfilled. Now, of course, merchant fulfilled is very low risk, practically no risk. List the stuff. If it sells, ship the stuff. FBA is going to require a little bit more of a commitment. The labeling, the sending to Amazon, you're going to incur a few fees, the inbound shipping, removal fees if your items don't sell. So just understand what you're getting into, and you should be fine. But you can test both of these practically for free, and see how you like the platforms, and then go where you have fun, right? If you're not having fun, you really got to stop it, right? Like Jason has fun on eBay. Jason could make more money on Amazon, but he'd hate every minute of it, right? And we all have options. So I mean, do we make money with this show, this hour out of our week? No, we don't, but it's fun. Do we get other value out of it? Sure, we get some brand recognition, and we create some context with some of our awesome users like Debbie and Pam and you know, it's fun. There is value, even if it's not monetary value. So this is stuff you'll learn at conferences. We have limited time. Figure out how you want to spend it, and then put systems in place to where you can both make money so you can pay the bills and enjoy the time that you have to spend each day.
Word to your mother. Wait, oh, hang on. You were off the screen. I thought you were going to do it, then I didn't see it, so go ahead. You're back on the screen.
No, don't worry about it. Dude, you need a fake mic just so you can do that.
I know, I told you. You know, ever since that day we talked about getting some broken ones, one of my admins said, you know, they typically have them hanging on the wall of baggies in the electronics department at Savers. He goes, I see them all the time. I'm like, geez, I never look at her. So I went. I've been to 3 since then. No microphones, because now I'm on the hunt for one. There ain't no broken mics, but I'll find one.
Dude, I got a bunch of old PlayStation mics from like their karaoke games. I'll just cut the cords off those things.
You just love some karaoke, don't you?
Dude, I like karaoke after I've had too much to drink, yeah.
Yeah, I've got some video of that. I'll put that up later.
Dude, I heard I did Uptown Funk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great thing about any conferences is the people who get to Happy Land way before you, and then you can videotape them. Yeah, we invented a new product called the Bikini Pocket, and there was drunken karaoke that just was horrible.
Well, to be fair, I don't think we had the acoustics right for that room. So.
Oh, it was the acoustics of the room was a problem. All right, my bad.
Right. So. Well, Mary, join the Surfing with the Boys Facebook group and Scam Power Facebook group. You'll get as much eBay and Amazon advice as you can handle. And if you have specific questions, ask the group. Tens of thousands of members, happy to help pretty much all day and all night. It's kind of crazy. So take advantage of people's generosity.
And we got 26 watching right now. Who of the 26 does not have Amazon Prime? I'm still shocked to this day.
None of them. They all have Prime.
No, dude. Anytime I'm in a group, there's like 4 people. I'm like, what? How can that be? I mean, it boggles my mind.
Dude, did you see my garage sale score on a Thursday driving home from the airport that had to get up at 4:30 in the morning? It's straight hustle, dude. You know, like people don't. You don't quit. Don't get home from the thing and be like, I'm gonna take a couple days off. I just had a conference. Do you know what I'm talking about? That dinosaur?
Oh yeah, I saw it, and it works.
Oh yeah, they didn't have the leaf. So actually, we'll probably put this in our Bolo guide. If you don't have the leaf, what do? I'll put you on the spot, Jay. That thing comes with a leaf for it to munch on. But I bought it without the leaf. Now, what should I do so I can sell it on Amazon? Because Amazon, it's got to have all the parts.
I would go to eBay and buy a leaf.
Darn right.
Now, to jump back, we have somebody who admitted they don't have Amazon Prime. So Kelly.
No.
Kelly, shame. And if you're not aware what Prime is, let me fill you in and tell you what you've been missing.
Wait, go get your mic first. Go get your mic.
Well, here, I'll pretend to drop this big one.
You're going to need it.
So, I am an eBay guy, but I buy a lot of commodity stuff on Amazon. When you have Amazon Prime, it gives you lots and lots of things. But the main thing is free 2-day shipping on everything that they offer Prime with. And when I say everything, there are many third-party sellers, like I'm on Amazon that it would not qualify for if I'm merchant fulfilling it. So, anything that Amazon sells, Prime, 2 days. Shows up at your house. Okay, that sounds kind of awesome. Let's make it more awesome. Oh, hey, dear post office, we're going to pay you to deliver on Sundays. Oh, Jay, you ran out of ink on Friday night? You ordered ink? Boom. Sunday afternoon, knock, knock, postman, here's your ink. Where else does that happen? Oh, hey, you want to buy an 80-inch TV that's going to take a freight truck and 2 guys to bring it to your house? Oh, that's on Prime. That's free, too.
Oh, I'm going to pull up one of my favorite Prime examples. Let's see what the price is.
And there was a bonus when I bought that 80-inch TV. If you're a Prime member, they give you another $100 off. So I was like, cool. So I mean, Prime has paid for itself so many times, And when you have commodity stuff that you buy on a regular basis, it's easy to go just rebuy. So my dogs take some pills. We buy them on Amazon, rebuy. I buy my labels on Amazon, rebuy. So it's super easy. It's one-click buy, super easy. 2 days later, it shows up. And like I've talked about in the past, if you're an eBay seller and you need to order 3 or 4 things that are going to be coming Prime, small, separate them. Don't order them all at once. You're only going to get one medium box. Order. When you see that, if the order has shipped, order the second thing. Then you get another box. Then you get another box. Then you get another box.
That's dirty, man.
So Kelly came a little correct. She said, I order things off my mom's Prime account because she's cheap. All right. At least you're using Prime.
I'll give her that. That's fair.
But yeah, if you're not using your, plus all the movies and TV shows you can watch for free. I mean, there's just tons of stuff. But the shipping, especially on the Sunday, you run out of something you need, and you don't want to go to a store to get it for Monday morning office work. And you order Friday night, boom, it is there on Sunday. It's amazing. We've come a far away from the Pony Express, buddy.
I can't find my perfect example, but they got some on here. Amazon sells potting soil. I think they have like a 25. Here we go. 25-pound bag of Michigan peat premium potting soil. 25 pounds. Amazon's going to deliver that for $21. $21. They're going to bring it to your door. You want 100 pounds of potting soil delivered to your door. You can go to Home Depot and you can put 4 25-pound bags in your cart and drag it around. And you're probably going to spend the same amount of money, or just have UPS deliver it. How about to your 3rd floor apartment? How about have a UPS guy bring your potting soil up all the way? This is crazy. I would never. I mean, if people finally figure this out, Home Depot is going to be in a little bit of trouble.
Oh yeah, I mean it's absolutely amazing. I got my folks it a couple of years ago, and they didn't use it for a while, and I'm like, I know you have been to a Walmart, a Target in the last 4 months and bought paper or ink or labels or whatever. I bought you Prime for a reason. Go order your stuff. You don't got to bother. You're getting older. You don't need to carry extra crap. Have the UPS guy bring it to you. And then once they got it, then they got it. Then mom's just like ordering full. Click, click, click. Stuff shows up. Now, and that ties back into what we were talking about. So if you send in stuff for FBA, then those customers who have Prime can get your stuff shipped in the 2-day free, because your stuff is now at Amazon on a little shelf that says Jason's stuff. Essentially, I kind of bottom lined it there. It's a little more complicated than that, but that's kind of how it works.
Oh, everything's always more complicated. But no, dude, we got awesome things coming up for you guys. I'm working on a Udemy course for all kinds of different things. We got a secret book in the works. I still have not booked anything for ASD.
It's soon, right?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I got Minnesota to do, or Minneapolis this week to do, and then that's after that, and then we got. It never stops. Anybody thinks there's no opportunities. They're just not even trying, and it's crazy time.
How much is Prime right now?
$99, or just buy the Amazon Fire Phone and keep it. That's the best deal you can do.
All right, so you leave for Minneapolis this week, and then you're going to just show up on my doorstep a week later, right?
Well, in theory, do you have an extra room?
In theory, I do now.
Well, yeah. Give me like 2 days to figure it out.
Okay.
Because if we do come out, then we definitely want to, plan something so we can meet up with people.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this and you're going to be at ASD, we will be doing something. If it's just as simple as let's go to the Tiki Bar and get a drink, and I'll just network, or we'll do something bigger. But it's Vegas. Nothing ever closes. Now you're in my city, so no, it's really on.
Oh, dude, actually, I really should come out, because then we could take a bunch of pictures
Of us like naked riding the giant Ferris wheel, something like that.
I was thinking more in the thrift stores.
Oh well, you can see where my brain went.
Yeah, we really should. All right, I'll finalize the decision in the next couple of days.
All right,
Because
cool.
ASD is like 5 days long or something. It's not like we got to come for the whole thing. I'm not speaking or doing any. I don't have any official business in Vegas.
Yeah, you got the official business of having fun with me.
All right, deal.
We have. We should keep track. I think we're gonna see each other almost every month this year, and we live thousands of miles apart.
Dude, that's the world that we live in, which baffles me when people won't buy a $180 Southwest ticket. Get
Yeah,
stuff done.
absolutely.
I don't know.
It's like we're dating almost. We spend so much time together.
Dude, if people think we're like being a little hard on them and being like a little brash and arrogant or anything, it's only because we want you guys to succeed. All right? Because I've met a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of sellers, and sometimes the best thing they needed was me to kind of kick them in the butt and tell them to quit whining and take some action. And I've seen it. I've done it myself. I've been on the other side of taking action, and the only thing I regret is not taking that action sooner. Or I might be mad at somebody for not kicking me in the butt sooner. So, guys, remember, it's because we love you guys that we are kicking you in your butts to remind you of the opportunities in front of you and to take action now and not later. It's so wide open right now, and you guys are all good at something, right? Don't think you have to be the next Chris Green or Jason T. Smith. See, I put the T in there. It's you guys got to do it. Get the help you need and get it done.
And you always talk about this. It's because of modern technology too. I can't even fathom if I was a teenager nowadays how easy it would be to throw a party, like when mom and dad are away, with all the social media and think about when we were kids, teenagers. I was throwing a party when my mom and dad were out of town, and they came home a day early, and they always did, and I always fell for it. I'm stupid. I don't know, but because we didn't have Twitter and cell phones and all that stuff, that the only way to tell people there was no party was to tell people there was no party. So I left to go bounce around town to where I knew people would be to say, don't come over. And I paid my little brother and sister $20 to sit at the end of the driveway and tell people to go home. And nowadays, and my point is, you can, Chris said, get on a plane, come network. I mean, it is easy for you to be watching us now, to be chatting with me on Facebook later. Take all these tools at your disposal that we didn't have 20 years ago and use them. And grow your business. And yeah, I mean, my only goal ever is to see people succeed. I mean, when people used to give me shit about the show and say, you're going to ruin it for all of us, I always tell them, I hope at some point in my life that there is nothing left to thrift or to sell to a customer. Then I've done my job and I'll go do something else. That was always my plan.
Well, it'll happen. We're on our way.
Onward and upward, buddy.
Oh, dude, it's 2:50. Unless you guys got some questions in the chat room, I've got some videos to make because I've got some courses to produce so that you guys can get more value, and you can bet I'm going to have a pretty sweet offer for you once it's released. Hopefully later this week so that I can lay down another example of how quickly you can release a course, and it's nuts. I got my GoPro charging so I can make you guys some good videes.
So you're
I'm trying to find my wireless mic so I get some really
you're
good
showing us an empty GoPro case? Is that what you're showing me?
It's charging, I promise.
All right. If there was something in here, you would see it.
That's right. They got a wireless, not a wireless, but a separate mic, and I can't find it. I'm actually going to try and sync up audio and video separately so that I improve the quality of the content. And it's driving me nuts. I can't find my stupid mic.
And that's the other key too, is to go that extra mile. Everyone does the same old. Is when you spend money on a Yeti microphone or my other show, Nadine makes graphics for our segments. No one else takes the extra time to do it right or to do it better. Like, don't be like the pack. Stand out from the pack. That's the big key.
If you want to be an anomaly, act like one. Stole that from Gary Vee.
You and your boyfriend. I'm going to think you're cheating on me.
We'll all do a show together one day.
All right, cool.
So.
Tell him to come to ASD. I'll give him a couch.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. We do the show every Monday at 2 o'clock unless we're traveling or something else is going down for real. And, yeah, stay tuned. Stalk us if you want information on upcoming conferences and events. Pay attention to groups. Get notifications from pages. Don't just like them. Follow them religiously. Get those tweets sent to your phone as text messages. It isn't hard to stalk the people you want to get information from. So don't let the noisiness of the internet and social media drown out the information you actually do want to hear. We realize it is an actual struggle, so we're trying to sympathize, and at the same time give you the tools that you need so that you guys can stop complaining about that. So it's all good. Jason, give us the last word and we'll cut it.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we'll see you next week. And sell, sell, sell. Ah!
Hooray, motivational. See you guys.